Hello, Jade here. This is my second video on YouTube, and I thought that this one would be a good opportunity to respond, do a video response to the 3 fat readers hashtag How I Tarot. I have been thinking about perhaps doing a deck collection video, and I thought this was a good opportunity to do that. So I hope I'm not making you guys sick. Sorry, motion sickness here. Anyway, I'm gonna try to keep this very quick because I have 15 minutes to do this. So there were 12 questions plus 1 bonus question, and the first question here from Danny, Dustin, and Lisa was, what sparked your tarot interest? What's your tarot origin story? I went into this in great detail actually in my first video, which I've posted, so I won't redo that again, but suffice it to say that I have just started on my tarot journey about 2.5 months ago, so mid-April, and oh my gosh, I haven't taken a break since then. I've been doing something tarot related every single day. If it's not doing actual readings and practicing readings, it's been reading about tarot. I have a couple of books that I've purchased, and I've been going through the the little white books that came with, or the books that came with some of these decks, and really learning for the most part right now is the Rider-Waite-Smith system. However, I have purchased a couple of decks, or 3 decks rather, that really spoke to me that are not Rider-Waite-Smith based. The first one being the Wild Unknown over here. You can see that I have edged that in a few different colors. So I know that one's a different system, and I will be learning that system once I get more comfortable with Rider-Waite-Smith. And I've also purchased this little, just right here, is the Gypsy Oracle, Sibylla Gypsy Oracle cards, which I understand to be somewhat like a Lenormand type system. I've only done one quick reading from it. It is a Lo Scarabeo book, and it did not come with a little white book with card meanings, so I've been researching those online. So I mean, I love learning, so this is why I've purchased some of these decks, even though I'm not quite ready to work with them yet. The next one I purchased, which I haven't really done much with either just yet, is the Tattoo Tarot, which is a Marseille style deck, and I had to buy this. I just loved this deck and the artwork, the tattoo artwork that's on here. So I purchased it, and I love looking through the artwork, and I will definitely be going through that. The next one here is the Millennium Thoth, and again, the Thoth system is definitely one I want to look into and read at some point, or read about rather, but I haven't got there yet. All I've done is edge the deck, if you can see there. I've done a purple. So that'll sit for a while, but I just really liked some of the imagery and wanted to learn a little bit about it. And then just above that is the Akashic Tarot, which again I understand to be a completely different system, but it's fine. It'll sit there. I will definitely get to it. Just right now I'm concentrating on Rider-Waite-Smith clones, which are what the rest of these decks are. So the second question is, do you only use tarot for readings, or do you bring other things in? Well, you can see here that I do have some oracle cards back here. So 4 oracle decks. That's the extent of it. I don't see getting any more at this point. For the most part, I have just been doing tarot readings only, but I do bring in, or I was just recently reading and then have done it a little bit as well, which is just to bring in one oracle card with the reading to set the overall theme for the reading, and I've actually really enjoyed that quite a bit. That's about it. I do have a set of runes which came in a swap that I did, and those are just put away because, again, that will be another system that I will learn about at some point, and if I don't like it, that's fine. I will be happy to pass it on. Okay, so the third question is, are you psychic or a card reader? I'm not psychic. I am a card reader. That's what I'm concentrating on right now. I'm concentrating on learning what the meanings are. And I do believe that I am empathic. I have Dustin's story on the 3 Fat Readers initial video for this tag really resonated with me. I don't get overwhelmed by feelings by touching objects, but definitely bad energy in a room, or a good energy for that matter, definitely affects me physically, and I didn't really know what was going on actually. So a little bit confused, but as I said, Dustin's story really resonated with me, and I will be doing a little bit of research in what I can do to protect myself more from that. It's really no fun being emotionally hijacked, that's for sure. The question 4 is, do you use tarot for anything other than readings? Nope. I have used a couple of the extra cards that came with some of these decks for bookmarks, and as well for decorating the inside of my journals, but that's about it. Like this one, for example, just the card that came with the Dark Mansion tarot, but that's about all. Question 5. Have you ever taken a break from tarot, and why? And I'm going to say no, because again, it's only been 2.5 months, and every day, as I said, I've been doing something tarot related. Question 6. If you could live inside any RWS card, which one would it be and why? Again, here I'm going to say, sorry, I don't mean to be a copycat. There could be quite a few cards actually that this would apply to. However, I'm going to say that the star card from the Rider-Waite-Smith, there we go, focus. This one is probably the one that I would say resonates the most with me. Sorry that keeps going in and out of focus. Because again, like, she's just doing her own thing. She doesn't really care about who else is around or what they might think of her being naked or doing some weird thing with the water, pouring water in and out of the jugs. She just doesn't care. And you have to be pretty courageous and have a lot of self-respect to do that, and I think that's what I aspire to live like and to be. I'm not always successful, but this is definitely what the first card that I would say resonates the most. The other one that I would say, well, I mean, there's quite a few, but holy crap. Can you imagine living in a place where a lion was your friend? I've always loved lions. Kind of see them as almost my spirit animal, but anyway, that's also pretty amazing deck. Okay, question 7. Do you use tarot specifically in a predictive way? I use it in a number of different ways. Again, it's only been 2.5 months, so bear that in mind. But I have been using it, over the past year, I've gone through a really, really, really rough time. I call last year my tower year. And I would say that the thing that has brought me the most healing, I would say, has been working with the tarot. So I've been using the tarot for personal development, for healing, the inner child work, shadow work, that kind of thing. I do use it for meditation as well because that's been helping my chronic migraines. And I use it in a predictive way in terms of path correction or conflict resolution, sort of evaluating options, evaluating choices. So in that way, it sort of is a predictive way, but again, I do firmly believe that we all have free will, nothing is written in stone. So that works to our advantage in one way, which is that, you know, if you do a reading and something in the future comes up, if you don't like that, then you can do something to change it. So I do like that it does give you a heads up sort of thing so that you can adjust your path. But I don't take it as set in stone or anything. I take it more as a guidance. Question 8, your reading style. What is your reading style? So for me right now, as I said, I do like to know what the original meanings of the cards are, what the artist intended for each of those cards. So most of these on the desk, on the table here, are RWS sort of clones, or the tarot decks anyways, not the oracle decks. But even within that, there are definitely some changes, some of which I like, some of which I don't. But you know, it is, I do feel that it is important to know what the artist intended and then go from there. So I have taken, you know, I start with the Little Wake book meeting, I guess, as the base, and then I layer on what I see in the cards, which comes to me intuitively. And that's been working really well for me so far. I've also been looking into numerology as well, and the symbolism in the images I look up and try to learn. I journal about the cards, about all the cards as well, so that's been helping. Question 9, what are your most consistent tarot habits? Well, I don't really have any yet. The one thing that I would say, I guess, that I do have so far is that I do journal every day about my card pull. So I like to pull one card, either a tarot card and an oracle card, or just a tarot card, or maybe a 3-card spread, and then journal about it. I have been doing it in the mornings before I start my day, but I might switch to doing it in the evenings, which would then hopefully flow more seamlessly into my meditation practice. Question 10, do you see tarot as a magical tool, spiritual tool, self-help? What is it? So as I said earlier, for me, it's more of a personal development and meditation tool. I can't really elaborate too much on that. Question 11, do you collect decks? Why or why not? Well, you can see that I have somewhere around 25 decks here, so I do have a few more on the way. So I have grown my collection pretty quickly in the 2.5 months since I started this practice. I can't help it. I tend to jump into things with both feet, but I am going on a hiatus. I'm pretty set now with what I have. I have enough here that I have enough to learn for years. Not that I'll never say never, and that I'll never collect any more decks, but I'm happy for now, for sure. I like to have a variety in things, and I like to have balance with different things. So some decks are more about shadow work and inner child work, and others are used for different purposes. So question 12, do you have an aesthetic when it comes to the types of decks you enjoy? And what is it? Well, as you can see here, I have quite a variety of, hopefully I won't make you miss, I have quite a variety of art styles. I love hand-drawn decks, like the Wild Unknown. I love photographic decks. I love things that are a little bit creepy, like the Deviant Moon, that I don't have yet, the Dark Mansion. I love nature-themed decks. I love this Hidden Realms. I haven't used this one yet. This one just arrived, except for this one card. Like, what the heck? I just can't. Oh man. So I do have quite a varied aesthetic, I guess. And do you personify your deck? No, I definitely don't. I don't personify my car, I don't personify anything. They're my tarot decks are my tools, and that's that. So that is it. I'm gonna wrap this up now because I'm at 15 minutes, but again, thank you very much. If you're still here, thank you for watching all the way. I'm sorry my face is not in it. I'm still learning and still a little bit shy about being on camera. So hopefully this hasn't been too boring for you. But if you do like what you see, then please feel free to follow me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube as Jade Indigo. On YouTube, I've created a channel, as I said earlier, that's called Tarot Your Truth, and I am Jade Indigo 19 on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much. Bye bye.